Here with Kylahn Freiberg to preview the 2023 Concordia Cross Country season as we record this about a week away from the first official meet of the season. For you personally, you chose to come back for a fifth year on the Concordia Cross Country team. Maybe we can start there. Just what went into that decision to come back and still be here?
Yeah, there were a lot of little things that kind of went into that. Part of it at first was the fact that my husband is also staying a fifth year on the track team, and so I thought it's definitely going to be hard not being on the team, but still kind of being a part of it in that way. And also, I was already thinking about it my fourth year, just thinking about the team, how much I love running and how much I just love my teammates, and then overall, I just felt called to come back and serve.
Sure. Is it difficult at all finding maybe the motivation to continue to put in all the mileage? Because life could be maybe a little bit different if you were like, oh, I'm done as an athlete. But how do you continue to find that motivation?
Yeah, there were definitely some times last year where before I knew I was coming back for a fifth year, I was ready to be done. I think overall it comes down to the fact that I've already done so much in the past, and knowing that makes me want to continue seeing how much better I can get. But also coming into this year, I wanted my focus to be on being a good teammate, not that it wasn't before, but I want to focus more on what we can do as a team rather than individual. I'm still going to do the things that I need to do, but I overall just want to be a servant and a leader to my teammates, and that's what helps me come to practice every day, just knowing I'll be there with my teammates. I can help them any way I can.
Sure. Just expanding on that, what do you enjoy about being in that role? I believe you're selected as a captain, right? What do you enjoy about that, being in that role?
It's, I guess, I'm trying to think of how to say it. I think there's a lot of things I like about it, but a lot of it is also stuff that I can do as a teammate as well, and that's why it's hard for me to think of how it's different. I like that I can talk to people about different things. They can come to me if they ever need assistance with something, or they might be dealing with a struggle, and I can help talk them through that as someone who's experienced. Overall, I like that I can help them get on the same page, and most of all, I want to bring Christ into the center of everything that we do.
Sure, and you've got a lot of people to bring along with that too. I believe there's a pretty strong freshman group that's joined, and almost everybody that traveled to nationals is back on this team. What has that done during preseason, just in terms of the competition and how everybody's pushing each other?
Yeah, we are definitely a lot stronger, in my opinion, than we were last year, because like you said, it is a lot of the same group, and in addition to that, we have even more people who bring wonderful assets on and off the track to keep it Christ-centered and to work hard and motivate each other.
How about for you personally? Is there maybe something out there that you wanted to really attain, and now you're pushing for that? Is what's still out there for you?
I mean, it would always be great to see how many more titles we can conquer as a team, and some individually at nationals as well, and also like breaking school records. That would be awesome as well. But like I said, I'm definitely going to try my best to do what I can, but overall I definitely want to keep the focus on just how much I can lift up my teammates.
Mm-hmm. Is there a team moment so far that's been the most memorable? I know you've certainly been part of a lot of, in track, a lot of GPAC championships, and going back to your freshman year, right, in cross country, winning a conference title, and you've been at several national championships. What moment stands out for you?
We've definitely had a lot, so it's hard to pick just one.
Yeah.
I'll never forget my freshman year when we weren't expecting to do as well as we did at conference. Like, if I'm being honest, I remember we were expecting to get second, and then when they were calling out the teams and they said this team that we were expecting to get first got second, everyone was like, whoa. And then we realized we were the ones who got first, and it was just such a come to God moment as well. It was like we did this together, but God was the center of it all. He's the reason we were able to finish strong like that right before nationals too.
Mm-hmm. I know you talked a lot about how the team and you try to incorporate your faith. Maybe that's something you enjoy about when you have new people that come into the program. But how do you feel maybe that's going, and just the process of bringing that chemistry together when you have freshmen coming in every year too?
Yeah, everyone definitely brings a special piece to the puzzle that like we all really appreciate. I know ever since I was a sophomore, so the seniors this year, they brought to our team a weekly Bible study that we do, and a lot of the girls like to go through that. It's a nice break from all the stress, and also a way we can unify together. And that we also do team prayers at practice and before meets, and we're also going to start doing a devotion on the day before a meet, and I think that's just a great way to remind us all why we're here, and that's to run for God's glory, and it unifies us in Him in that way.
Okay, a few quick ones before we finish. About one word to describe Coach Beisel.
Just one.
Yeah, I guess you can use more than one if you need to.
First one I would think of is selfless. Like, first thing that coach looks for with every person he's recruiting is how he can be a servant to them, and he's always looking for what he can do for us, which I really appreciate that.
Did he work on you to try to get you to come back at all, or what were those conversations like?
I remember talking about it with him briefly senior year. Like, at first I kind of brought up as a joke, and he kind of entertained the idea, like, yeah, that would be awesome. And then when I did finally decide and call him over spring break last year, he was very happy about it, saying, yeah, we would love to have you back. But before that, I know he doesn't like to push things. Like, if you don't feel right about it, he trusts your judgment. So it was just awesome having him as a support either way, whichever choice I made.
Can you come up with one word to describe this team?
Another hard one. I feel like selfless also describes our team very well. I haven't met a single person on the team who isn't looking out for each other. Like, we're all very competitive and hardworking, and we all want to push each other to do our best in races, but everyone is always just so kind and genuine and just looking out for each other.
So you're from Idaho. What is it that you've maybe come to really love or appreciate about Nebraska then?
A lot of things. The lower elevation, the lack of forest fires, but it's also a very different community as well. I mean, Idaho was great, but I feel like here at Concordia, I found a very closely Christ-centered community that I can share my faith and be open with.
And you married somebody from Seward, right?
Yeah, that's right. I guess he's great too.